It's known for its steppes, its Gobi Desert, and its Kashmir, but above all, for its legendary warrior, founder of the greatest empire of all time, Genghis Khan. Welcome to an incredible country, Mongolia. Famous for its vast expanses of wilderness, this Central Asian country covers approximately 1.56 million square kilometers, which, with its 3.3 million inhabitants, offers no less than 1 square kilometer for every 2 people, the lowest density in the world. Not far from yurts, sheep, yaks, horses and camels, without forgetting the most pampered ruminant by the nomads, the goat. Mongolian winters are very harsh, with temperatures that can drop to -40 degrees Celsius. And it's in this environment that the Mongolian goats are raised, to whom we owe the most luxurious and exclusive natural fiber. But yes, to survive in this harsh climate, goats develop a layer of fluffy fiber under their outer hair, a soft and fine layer of cashmere. The colder it is, the warmer the wool layer. This is why Mongolian cashmere is reputed to be the best in the world. Mongolia and its Chinese neighbor have a monopoly. Between them, they represent nearly 90% of the world market. Today, we head behind the scenes of one of the most famous brands on the market, Khan Bogged Cashmere. Created in 1998, the house offers not only the queen of fibers, but also
Our company provides 100% cashmere products to the customer. Furthermore, we also produce 100% yak garments and 100% baby camel and silk cashmere garments.
Seen from the inside, the process is impressive. Hundreds of hands work hard every day to give life to these fibers, some of which are 13 or 14 microns in diameter.
The full production chain starts as we purchase raw material from the herders in the rural area in Mongolia. Then, the raw cashmere goes through scouring, carding, and spinning lines to produce cashmere yarns. Furthermore, we adopt our design and knitting programming software to produce parts of the cashmere garments with the yarn. Then, we use our Italian-made linking machine to connect each part and soften the garments with a factory finishing process. Our company has 5 different production lines, which include a scouring line, dehairing line, spinning line, knitting, and weaving line. Our products are not only exported to European countries such as England, France, and Italy, but also consumed by the domestic Mongolian market.
Locals who contribute greatly to the growth of the market, since in addition to being consumers, many Mongolians contribute to the smooth functioning of the sector as employees and even breeders. Today, cashmere has become the main source of income for almost 1/3 of the population. Cashmere whose fibers are collected by combing the animal by hand during the spring molt. As for its natural shades, white, beige, light grey or brown, they make it possible to mix and match collections, which are primarily aimed at ladies.
Our brand introduces 2 major collections annually, which are Fall-Winter Collection and Spring-Summer Collection, and additionally 6 different mini collections to the market. Around 80% of the total production is focused on the female customer, and 20% of the collection is allocated for men. Additionally, we also produce tailor-line jackets and suits. In total, we have 45 different types of products, which include jumpers, pullovers, cardigans, pants, and dresses, and so on, to make sure every different kind of dressing need is satisfied.
As for international news, Khan Bogd recently took part in a fashion show in Italy where the Mongolian company unveiled a dozen spring-summer collection looks with white and green as guidelines. Among the looks, a long summer dress, a cardigan, a sweater, and even pants. Internationally successful collections which can also be found in the shops of the Mongolian capital. The ideal place to treat yourself. Our pleasure was to discover the city seen from the sky. Between its buildings with Soviet accents, its modern buildings, its huge squares and gardens, the change of scenery is total. At the heart of this city, located at an altitude of 1,351 meters, there is Chinggis Khan Square and the Parliament. Surrounded by two riders, the statue of the warrior seems to keep an eye on the people, while the equestrian statue of Damdin Sukbatar sits in the middle of the square. He is considered the hero of the revolution, since in July 1921 it was he who proclaimed the independence of Mongolia from China. While the Soviet era is an integral part of the country's history, identifiable in particular through the style of certain buildings, Asian culture is at the heart of Mongolian life, as is Buddhism. The city has also undergone considerable modernization in recent decades. Museums are showing a new face, as are hotels and shopping malls. This building, on the other hand, remained almost intact. The palace of Bogdo Khan, the last emperor of Mongolia, built between 1893 and 1906. It consists of the Summer Palace with its 7 temples and pagodas and the Winter Palace. It is the last surviving residence of the 4 where the last Bogd Khan lived. The palace was nationalized in 1924, then restored in 1961, before being transformed into a museum in 1974. It's also near the palace that a company has set up shop, for which history is of particular importance. The Mongolian past and traditions are indeed at the heart of the Tavan Nuden project. Knives, cups, bowls, goblets, all objects enhance and trace the rich past of the old empire. We met with its founder and CEO, Basandor Badzaya, a passionate and fascinating man. By using the symbol Tavan Nuden, meaning 5 eyes, the founder of the brand hopes to make his products known on all 5 continents.
Тэгэхээр энэ 5 нүдэн бэлэгдэлтэй Монгол улсыг төлөөлж чадах.
The objective of our company, Tavan Nuden, is to offer luxury products to the international market with this Tavan Nuden symbol, which refers to Mongolian culture and history.
Mongolian Innovative Product гэж. Тэгээд 5 нүдэн trademark-ыг эзэмшигч компани нь
The owner company of Tavan Nuden is Minpro, which actually stands for Product Innovative Mongolia.
5 гаруй жил энэ одоо брендийг хөгжүүлэхээр ажиллаж байгаа юм аа. Тэгэхээр 5 нүдэн брендийн тэр бэлэгдэл Монгол түүхтэй холбогдож байгаа.
The concept of Tavan Nuden's products lies in having a historical trace for each of the products. This is our principle, this is our vision, which we had from the start and which we wish to keep for the future. Modern objects recreated using the latest technologies, but whose design and colors should allow you to dive back into Mongolian history. Through its shapes, utility, colors and materials, each object is studied and redesigned. This bowl, for example, faithfully reproduced, was used during the Yuan dynasty. The collection, called Polaris, notably uses the colors of the period, in particular the blue, whose dye came directly from Pers, via the Silk Road. The Yuan dynasty was founded in 1271, and it was from 1290 that the manufacture of porcelain products bearing these colors began.
одоо хувьсгал эхэлсэн гэж үзэж байна.
Porcelain, one of the best kept skills of all time. It's in China, where the world capital of porcelain is located, that the secret has been buried for more than 1,000 years. And while the Tavan Nuden designs are created in-house, the production remains indeed Chinese. In China, there is only one city called Jingdezhen, where porcelain craftsmanship has been preserved until today. So in this city, we cooperate with a porcelain production company which works with a research institute that concentrates on secret technology. And it's these products that meet the fine China standard.
Маш өндөр эзэмсэн ийм үйлдвэрлэгч байдаг. За Жиндежэнд хийсэн шаазан бол эртний хятад шаазан буюу олон улсын шаазангийн одоо нэршил тэмдэглэгээ нь бол Fine China гэж явдаг.
While Fine China remains to this day the supreme quality, with this finesse, this unique color and this transparency, another less expensive but less qualitative porcelain is also enjoying some success, especially in Europe. Dubbed Bone China, it's made from bone ash. With a desire to seduce France, Italy and England, also with a boutique project in Munich, Tavan Nuden aims to offer in the near future a real porcelain with Mongolian design throughout the four corners of the globe. Porcelain, yes, but not only.
За манай одоо брендинг түүх бол 5 жил. Энэ хугацаанд бол бид нар шаазан
For 5 years our company has been developing the Tavan Nuden brand.
Хоёр төрлийн шаазан хийж байна. За түүний дэргэд нь бол Монголын түүхийг өгүүлэх сувнир бүтээгдэхүүнүүд байна.
We started with porcelain and then launched knives, watches, souvenirs and also pendants.
Тэгээ Монголын одоо соёлыг илэрхийлэх одоо хэрэглээний болон бэлэг дурсгалын худалдаанууд гэсэн ийм үндсэн төрөл дээр бид ажиллаж байна.
I also want to tell you about one of our products, a knife, because the culture of the knife occupies an important place in Mongolia.
Тэгэхээр бол худалдааны соёл бол Монголын соёлын нэг их томоохон хэсэг. Тэгээ би та бүхэнд нэг худалдаа тайлбарлая.
It's to be expected for a nomadic people accustomed to hunting and traveling on horseback. Steel, copper and carbon fiber make up this knife called ilanda, meaning friend.
Тэгэхээр энэ бол хэлбэр Монгол улсад олддог одоо хүрлийн үеэс ахуулсан одоо bronze.
We were inspired by the shape of a knife that was discovered in archaeological digs, a knife that dated back to the Bronze Age.
Хэлбэр нь яг монголчуудын хэрэглээнд махаа идэх тэгээд арьс өвчгöd яг энэ хэлбэр маш их.
So we designed the blade as it was made for a very long time, and the curved blade was very suitable when the Mongols cut meat and worked the skin.
Энэ нэг юм ухлаацтай хэлбэрийг бид анханасаа гаргаад тэгээд
This bottle opener at the end of the knife has the shape of a tiger's mouth, which is watching its prey with the inlay of a ruby as its eyes.
хийж оруулж гисэн.
With the bonus of a practical and solid case, suitable for both right-handed and left-handed people. Another essential object for Mongolian horsemen, the riding crop. Here is an absolutely divine one containing a knife as well as a secret compartment. The silver tree is an equally grand piece. Watches are also part of the offerings by Tavan Nuden. Timepieces that are 100% Swiss-made, with an in-house design for pieces, some of which were produced in a limited edition of 99 copies. Once a year, the Mongolian company releases an exceptional piece. That of 2021 was this clock, where the symbol of Soyombo was highlighted. A symbol created by the leader of Mongolian Buddhism, Ondo Gegin Zanabazar, in 1686. Symbol of the Mongolian nation, it appears on the national flag and represents prosperity, intelligence and abundance. As for 2022, here it is. A pen bearing the effigy of the father of the nation, whose empire lived up to its legend.
Тэр энэ жил Чингис хааны 860 жилийн ойг монголчууд 11 сар тэмдэглэнэ. Тэгээд
This year we celebrate the 860th anniversary of the birth of Chinggis Khan. And on this occasion, we're working on the design of a pen in his honor, in collaboration with an Italian company, Montegrappa.
ажиллаж байна. Бидний төлөвлөгөөгөөр Чингис хаан үзэг 99 ширхэг хийгдэн.
This Chinggis Khan pen will be produced in a limited edition, only 99 pieces with fine 24-karat gold details.
24 каратаар бүрж хийх юм байна.
Chinggis Khan, a legendary conqueror who alone represents a large part of Mongolian history. Not far from the Terel National Park, where the Melki Kad, or Turtle Rock, attracts hundreds of curious people every day, the warrior Chinggis Khan poses on his horse in the middle of nowhere. This giant stainless steel statue weighing 250 tons and standing 40 meters high, the highest statue in the world representing a man on horseback, is located just over 50 kilometers from Ulaanbaatar on the banks of the Toul River. Legend has it that Chinggis Khan found a golden riding crop in Sonjin Boldog. The statue is therefore built in the same place, oriented towards the birthplace of the conqueror to the east. The base, 10 meters high, is surrounded by 36 columns representing the 36 kings that Mongolia has known. On the way back, we stop by the locals. You should know that nearly a third of Mongolians are nomads and still live today from cattle breeding and hunting. Often, you'll be handed a bowl of fermented mare's milk, airag. With its very particular strong and smoky taste, this homemade drink should be drunk in moderation. The landscapes and traditional habitats are the opposite of the modernity found in downtown Ulaanbaatar. This work by Mongolian sculptor Orchibold Uyerzana is a perfect example. And when it comes to art and creation, the Muse Art House acts as an expert. We meet its founder, Sas.
Hello everyone, my name is Sas. I'm an artist, fashion and interior designer. I'm the founder of Muse Art House LLC.
As you will have understood, among the specialties of the house, tailor-made occupies a very special place. Sas being personally involved in each project.
Yes, I sketch myself. I graduated from the Mongolian Fine Art Academy with 2 majors. I like to express my inner thoughts through my sketches and art. We create a unique and one-of-a-kind product specifically dedicated to a person by transforming the designs, which incorporate the ancient clothing culture of the East and Mongolia into modern design. When I design for a person, I think of her as a unique woman, about her anatomy and her inner expression, and create my designs thoughtfully.
In parallel with this fashion design activity, Sas has chosen to diversify the activities of its company, while keeping art as a common thread, with the key, surprising projects, dedicated in particular to these dear little darlings.
We do our business in construction of layouts, interior and exterior designs, clothing design, and we also have an art school and provide prototypes for any product. We produce both organic, therapeutic soaps and eco products for children using Mongolian natural wild herbs and oils.
How art tends to creep in everywhere. Even here, with this Zaizen Memorial built in honor of the Soviet soldiers killed during the Second World War. On a large circular reinforced concrete panel, a fresco illustrates the theme of friendship between the Soviet and Mongolian peoples. After climbing the 300 steps that separate them from the top, visitors can enjoy a panoramic view of the entire city. Below, a huge golden Buddha stands 18 meters high. And it is besides facing this symbol so dear to the Mongolians that we'll spend our last minutes in Mongolian lands. It's at a table in the Asiana restaurant, headed by a great chef that will delight in Asian cuisine with inimitable flavors. Japanese atmosphere, Chinese atmosphere, or Mongolian atmosphere with the yurt as a backdrop. You choose. But be sure that whatever your choice, Mongolia will leave unforgettable flavors and memories in your mouth and in your mind.